Hi folks, Total Sales Solutions in Jackson, Mississippi, where we sell diesel trucks. And folks, if they build it, we've sold it, I promise you. We have sold literally hundreds, Dan has, in the past few years. Just love them. They are such values, such bargains. The hardest truck for us to find just about on the secondary market, a truck that's nice enough for us to sell on eBay, nice enough for our customers, is a King Ranch, and especially one that's not relatively new. Today we're going to list a really, really nice King Ranch truck. It's a 2006 Ford F250 turbo diesel King Ranch. Got it all, folks. Only 109,000 miles, sitting on a brand new, and I'm talking about brand new, expensive set of tires. Has a great stance, great look. Everything about this truck is just the way it ought to be. Come on, we're going to show it to you.
Grill's not peeling. Headlights aren't foggy.
Beautiful paint. This is my favorite color in the King Ranch. You can see here, tires still got the nipples on them. It's a local truck, so we have to say this for our customers in the Midwest and East Coast. It is a local truck with no rust issues or any of that. Moonroof, windows, door locks, tilt cruise.
Heated seats, auto climate, 6-disc CD changer, auto dimming rearview mirror. You see the moonroof, seeing the jams.
Kids have not been out trying to tear up Daddy's truck. We can't clean them up. It's not been a farm truck or a hunting truck or work truck or any of that. It's been someone's everyday driver's evidence for the amount of miles on it.
Sliding rear window, got the WeatherTech mats, no rust in the cab corners.
Nice straight truck, not chipped up, dinged up. Headliners, I guess it looks like almost new in it.
The headliner's in good shape.
Tailgate, you can see here, it's not banged up. Spare tires underneath it, which is really unusual for us. King Ranch.
Parking sensors are still on it. You can see bed's clean.
But look down the side. You don't see any pecks and dings and chips and all that. I'm not saying it's brand new. It's not. It's a 2006, but it's a nice 2006, I can assure you. And whoever gets it, WeatherTech mats.
The King Ranch mats are still under it.
Still under it. The carpet's perfect. Leather's pretty. You can see over here, power on both sides.
Heated on both sides.
PowerTech, there's your King Ranch molding. See up in here, no mud, none of that. Look down in these, son. No mud, none of that. It'll show up on work trucks and farm trucks. You can't get the dust out of it.
Dash it and crack. Got the owner's manual. Got the spare tire thing there. Seats aren't ripped or torn. You see the moonroof. Moonroof does work. We check that.
I think he wants to make a testimony. You don't want to make a testimony? Here we go, folks. We'll look up here. Once again, I mean, it's just hard to find something not to like about it. Paint's pretty. Glasses. Nice. I mean, it's just a nice truck, and they're so hard to find. One like this that anyone can afford. You're not going to have to rob your kids' college fund. Based on the way they've been going, the depreciation's all out of this. Whatever it brings, 5 years, it'll be worth probably close to the same thing, if not more, the way these things are going up. I don't know what one new like it cost, but I imagine $70,000 or thereabouts. Since we was looking up yesterday a truck that 3 or 4 years ago was 70-somethings, now $98,000. But a great truck, gonna be a great value. Dan has nice trucks and it's ready to go. A 2006 Ford F250 turbo diesel King Ranch with every option. We've shown you everything about it. Got a great look to it, a great stance, heavily equipped.
Equipped, not stripped. Knee deep in rubber.
Knee deep in rubber because it's sitting on a brand new set of tires. Thanks so much for watching our video, folks. We appreciate it. I mean, thousands of customers around the world. Happy first day of spring, or ever how you want to say that. Look forward to visiting with you about this truck and seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi.
Hi folks, Dan Dale here. You've been listening to my dad talk about this truck. Now I'm going to take you on a test drive. But before I do, just want to show you a few things under the hood. First of all, we don't clean under hoods. This is just how it came in. So you can see a little dirty, not too bad. You know, I can't swear it's never been in the mud, but you can tell from under the hood that if it has, it hasn't been a whole lot, because stuff like this bare aluminum gets a brown patina that you just can't clean away. Now that pipe's just a little dirty. It's got a cold air intake. Usually I don't care for them, but this one, the filter's fresh, it's clean, it's not covered in dust or mud. It's obviously been taken care of. Got 2 good batteries in it. Main thing I want to show you though is, you see I take the cap off, a little bit of smoke, but smoke's not a big deal as long as it's not puffing. The main thing is, you see I set the cap down, it doesn't blow off. If the cap blows off or it's under pressure, that means it has blow by. And what that is engine compression getting past the piston rings and into the crankcase. It's not necessarily the sign of a bad engine, but it's a sign of wear that this truck doesn't have. So anyway, we'll hop in now and take it for a spin. Of course, let me see. It has some extra outlets down here by the key. Let me see if the camera will focus in. Got 2 USB outlets and a regular 12-volt outlet. So that's always nice. Got a power sliding rear window. Got upfitter switches, tow command, automatic climate, 6-disc CD changer, automatic headlights, fog lights, power pedals. You can see the steering wheel is perfect, no rips or tears. Has an automatic dimming rear view mirror. The moonroof, it does in fact work. Now, it will, there's one spot where it gets a little sticky. We're gonna get some lithium grease and clean the track and everything, but I just wanted to show you that it does in fact work. There's the thing back here. We'll run it back the rest of the way in, and I'll close it because it's too hot here in the Confederacy to leave that moonroof open. It is 83 degrees here today, which is, I guess, a sign of things to come getting in the summer. Not too bad right now, but you'll have to excuse my shaky camera work because I'm filming with one hand and driving with the other on some of the worst roads in the city of Jackson. But even though the video may come out a little shaky, rest assured the truck itself has a great ride and drive, just like it's supposed to. And one thing you can take away from all these potholes and stuff I'll be running over is that this truck is quiet. There's not a bunch of squeaks or rattles. You're not going to hear any clunks or bangs from the suspension when I hit a pothole or something. It's tight, which, you know, is kind of what you'd expect for one with this low of mileage. If you look back at my previous videos, I mean, I've sold some with 300,000 miles, many with 300,000, some with even more. So a truck like this, 109, probably going to roll 110 before too long miles. That's low miles for us. For a 6.0, it's just getting broke in. And when you go down the road in this truck, it doesn't pull to the left or right. When you hit the brakes, it doesn't pull or vibrate and do anything weird like that. It fires right up, hot or cold. And you know, whether you buy from us or whomever, you always want to see a Power Stroke diesel. You always want to hear it run cold, because if it's got problems, if it's acting up, it may run perfect warm, but then you get home the next day, it's cold, you go to crank it, it may run like a 3-legged dog until it warms up. And that's a function of weak injectors or FICM, but not the case on this truck. No problems with this one, so you don't have to worry about that. Windshield's in great shape, no cracks. There's one tiny little round peck on it, but it's not starred or anything. It's not going anywhere, but just trying to nitpick. We like to make sure we cover all the flaws, just because most of our customers ship their vehicles and we don't want anybody getting mad at us over a you know, a rock peck or something minor. If there's anything wrong with it that we don't plan on fixing, we'll announce it. But I don't know of anything wrong with this truck or anything that needs fixing. So if you want to fly in and drive this truck home, you can. We'll pick you up at Jackson International Airport, no extra charge. We'll come back here to my office. We'll do all the paperwork and feedback and everything and let you get on the road. Like I said, it's got a brand new set of 35, 12, 50, 20 tires. Literally brand new. I mean, they may have 5 or 6 miles on them. One thing about this truck, the main thing, you know, you hear a lot about a 6-liter diesel. People claim they're not reliable, they're problems, engines. They're really not. What happened was when these trucks came out, people went from 7.3s that you didn't really have to hardly do any maintenance on to 6.0s where you have to maintain them. You have to change the oil every 5,000 miles. You've got to change the fuel filters every other oil change, and you got to use motorcraft filters. If you don't use motorcraft filters, you're not getting any filtration. You're wasting your time. So people thought they were servicing the truck, and they really weren't. And it caused problems, and then they're like, well, 6.0 is bad. Well, no, not really. You keep it serviced. Another thing you got to do, you got to delete the EGR cooler. You just got to get rid of it. It's a bad design. Eventually it cracks. It starts letting water into the cylinders, and it gets worse and worse until eventually water doesn't compress, so you blow the head gasket, stretch the head bolts, and that's the other thing. Well, once the EGR cooler is deleted, you don't have to worry about that. But you'll hear a lot of people say, well, it's got to be bulletproof, it's got to be studded. Well, it doesn't have to be. It's not really necessary. But on this truck, it is studded. So you don't have to worry about it. Somebody probably spent $4,000 or $5,000 getting this truck studded. And between that and deleting the EGR cooler, that's what they call bulletproofing. Now, there's a company that sells kits they call quote-unquote bulletproof, but bulletproof is basically just a term for a truck that's been studded and deleted, like this truck. So somebody probably got convinced by the internet or something that the truck just had to be studded to be dependable, and it doesn't, but they went ahead and did it, so it definitely is now. So if you want to, you can crank up the power if you want. Now that it's studded, although it's not turned up right now. It may have a little 40 horse tow tune max, but that's about it. And that's where I leave it, especially if it wasn't studded. But now that it's studded, crank it up if you want to. That's entirely up to you. You don't have to worry about it on this truck since it's studded. So that's a real expensive project to do. You got to pull the entire cab off the frame, lift it up, the whole front of the truck, so you can get the heads off and stuff and do all that work. So it's not a quick or easy job. Somebody put a lot of money into it. And when they did it, they also took the turbo off. It's been cleaned. You can tell it's been redone. Also has new up pipes. The pipes on these trucks, over time, eventually they'll start cracking at the welds, and they're not a huge deal to replace, but it's probably, we charge around $300 or $400 to do it, plus the pipes. But it's a job you don't have to worry about doing one less thing. Glow plugs, it's got new harnesses on the glow plugs. They're right near the exhaust, so they're prone to get brittle over time. Those have been changed. I mean, everything's been done to this truck, so bid with confidence on that. But we understand if you're like most of our customers, you're from the Northeast or the Midwest, you may not have time to fly or drive down and then spend several days driving home. So if that's the case with you, don't let the idea of having to deal with shipping dissuade you from bidding on it. Don't let the quotes you may find online scare you. Most of those guys, they're not actual shippers, they're just brokers, and they'll charge you hundreds of dollars up front, and they call it a deposit, but all it really is their broker's fee for finding somebody to haul it. And they all get on this one website, kind of like U-Ship, but not open to the public, to find somebody to haul it. Well, we're spending a couple grand a year now to be on there, so we can offer at no charge to our customers wholesale rates on shipping. So if you're interested, you can shoot me a text 601-376-9869 or an email with your zip code, and I can get you a good ballpark figure on shipping. Or if you're anywhere near Dallas or Houston or Atlanta or pretty much anywhere in the state of Florida, then we can get you a real good deal on shipping. So if you're interested, like I said, shoot me a text or an email. I'll get you a good ballpark figure. And the way that works basically is you pay us for the truck, either wire us the money or do a cashier's check. We post it for shipping, we send you the title, and when the truck arrives, you just hand the driver cash for the shipping charges. Since he won't work for us, it'll be somebody we find to do it. So we have to be paid, then it ships, then you pay him when he drops it off for the shipping. It's a real smooth, simple deal. We do it all the time. Usually takes 3 to 5 days to make the arrangements, get it to you. It can be a little longer if you're somewhere way away, but that's the average. One thing I want to show you before we go, been driving over 10 minutes, and I want you to see the dash. You can see no lights lit, no warning lights, service lights, airbag, brake, whatever. No lights lit on the truck. And I like to show that dash after I've been driving a while, because, you know, it's easy to kill a light with your scan tool, take a picture, and then say, oh, look, no lights are on. Well, once you start driving it, if there's a problem and you haven't fixed it, then those lights are going to come right back on. So that's why I like to show the truck after we've been driving a little while, just so you can see for yourself that there really are no lights lit. You can see even driving over these tracks, no squeaks, no rattles. The only thing I can nitpick in this truck, there's a tiny little cut on this moonroof cover. Now if that bugs you, for $50 I can have our local upholstery shop fix it. But as it is, I'm just going to point it out and leave that up to you, since I'm going to run it no reserve, at least this first time. And hopefully I'll get a good bidder, but if you see it relisted with a buy it now, there's nothing shady going on. Don't email me and accuse me of being a crook. It's just we get so many bogus bidders on eBay. They'll win the thing, and then we'll never hear from them. And a lot of times we talk to them beforehand, you know, because I call, if you got low feedback, I'm going to call you and make sure you're legit. And we do that, and then they end up winning and can't get them on the phone. I've had the last 2 trucks that have ended on eBay for me have been like that. I don't know why people do it, what their motivation is, but just something that goes on. Don't understand it. But I also do have a figure in mind for this truck, so if you're interested, give me a call, 601-376-9869. Make me an offer. I'm open to offers, or you can ask me what I'll take. We'll figure something out. If you have any questions about shipping, call me. If you want to know about this engine, about the benefits of studding or deleting or anything like that, just give me a call. I'll be glad to discuss them with you. Or if you have any other questions about the truck, just give me a call. Be glad to talk to you about them. But overall, it's just a super clean 06 King Ranch, 109, well, let's just call it 110,000 miles. I think it already rolled over. So 110,000 miles, runs good, drives good, no squeaks. You can see even now, no lights lit on the dash. I'll cover that sun up so you can see. No lights lit. Just a real nice, real clean truck. So, one more time, if you have any questions, call me. Daniel Dale, 601-376-9869. Appreciate you watching our video and listening to everything we've had to say about the truck. And we look forward to seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi. Thank you.